lost my brother in a car accident. That got me a lot into questioning. That really created the foundation for my choice to become a healer.
What do you think about self love?
So, self love and self worth is getting in touch with that inner being. अपने आप को ढूंढो, and it's not selfish.
How did you come into access bars?
Access is all about ease. So, Access has this amazing tool. I choose.
So it's all about the beliefs, right?
It's breaking the beliefs.
Person who is not feeling self-worthiness within himself or herself. So what would you tell the mantra for that?
I choose to love myself just the way I am.
So let's talk about now money issues.
Money is not the problem. You are. I see a lot of people saying this. बीमारी आएगी तब कहाँ से करेंगे? किसी से मांगना पड़ेगा, सेव करो.
But how do you face a situation, when you actually don't have that? In today's episode, we are going to talk a lot about self-love. We are always caught up in understanding what actually is self-love, and this concept is widely sometimes misunderstood too. So we have a guest today on our show who is a lovely energy healer. She has a lovely energy around her, and we'll talk more about her access bars consciousness that she's into and how she has helped many people overcome their limitations, their beliefs regarding self love, regarding money, regarding relationships. Watch this episode only on the Arpita Thakkar show. Hi Priti ji, welcome to my show, the Arpita Thakkar show. Very nice to have you here.
Hi Arpita, thank you so much for having me here, and so much gratitude to you and universe for making this happen for me. Thank you.
Tell me, Priti ji, how did you start your healing journey? As I went through your introduction, you are a healer in so many modalities. ये journey कैसे आप इस line में कैसे आ गए? Because you were a jewelry designer. That's what I get it. So how did you come from that field to the healing field?
So that's a great question, Arpita. I would love to talk about this and share this with everyone who's listening. So my journey goes back to my childhood. I come from a family where there's a lot of puja part and there's a lot of spirituality. So I was exposed to the magic of God from childhood, and it was a very fascinating world for me. The untangible, the unexplored, something which you can't see, was always a fascination for me. I would believe in magic and miracles and fairies and gods. सारा बचपन वो भूतों की और भगवान जी की मूवीज देख के निकला है.
Wow, same here, I should say.
So yeah, that was so amazing because दोनों चीजें side by side exist करती थी.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of question कि ये है क्या, कहाँ से आता है, and then I got through NIFT. So वहाँ भी हमारा जितने भी projects होते थे ना, my inspiration was always this magic. I would take magic as my inspiration and then create and develop my entire world of accessories. And sadly, in that journey, I lost my brother in a car accident. That got me a lot into questioning. Why did this happen? How did this happen? And that got me more connected to spirituality and God. And there was so much pain in the house. I always felt that if I could just change that, I could make things better for everybody. I think that really created the foundation for my choice to become a healer.
Wow, that's so interesting. I'm sure people who are listening to this also know this will be for them also helpful because somewhere we relate to this, when we lose our loved ones, the pain and the trauma that happens and that we carry, that shifts our life to a major extent, I should say. So, and that was a turning point. So that's very interesting to hear. So, Preeti ji, how did you come into access bars or access consciousness? So, what made you, learn this modality?
So, Arpita, I have been aware of access consciousness for a long time, but somehow I was not choosing it. And I did not even realize how I was I was looking for something more, something else. Because पुराना जो कर रहे थे बहुत टाइम से कर रहे थे तो मे बी कुछ स्टैग्नेशन आ रहा था
Hmm.
तो कुछ और चाहिए था. And then I did not know what happened. I just booked my class and I went. I traveled from Delhi to Faridabad to sit for my first Access Consciousness class. That was the Access Bars. And the change was phenomenal. And would you believe it? In the first class, मुझे कुछ नहीं feel हुआ.
Hmm.
End of the class, I was telling myself, क्या कर रही हो? ये क्या कर रही हो? But my being kept on pushing me to do it and continue with the swaps and other things. And it started creating so much magic in my world.
Yeah, that's true. I think consistency is one thing, at least in any healing modality. If you're consistent and if you have the trust and faith, definitely it works for you.
So, Access Consciousness talks about things a little differently.
Hmm.
They say keep on asking questions.
Wow.
In every situation, wherever you are, whether it is good or it is not so good, ask questions.
Wow.
And the moment you ask a question, and whom do you ask? Yourself? No. Universe.
Hmm.
You put up the question to the universe, and everything pauses the moment you say a question. What else is possible? The universe pauses. All the molecules align to show you what else is possible. And magic starts showing up. So, if I take it further, so the magic I was seeking in my childhood,
Hmm.
Access Consciousness is getting me back in touch with that magic I was seeking from then.
Wow.
It's all about creating magic.
Wow. So, how do you talk about self love and how do you heal or not heal? Like, of course, there are people nowadays on, on Instagram, you find on all the social media handles talking about a lot of self love. This is self love, that is self love. First of all, I would ask you, what do you think about self love and how do you think access bars can help in do what you say doing or finding or in having that self love.
So, Arpita, from childhood, how we all have, I don't know about you, but at least I was, the way we were brought up, हर वक्त ये बोला जाता था कि बच्चों दूसरों को खुश करने का एफर्ट करो. You know, don't be selfish. Looking at yourself, thinking about yourself is selfish. दूसरों के लिए जियो. अच्छा इंसान वो है जो दूसरों के लिए जीता है.
Yeah.
A good homemaker is a person who takes care of everyone else's needs and happiness. And wow, that's the energy we have grown up in. We've seen our parents doing that all their lives. And I think this is prevalent in almost every household, not just India, even internationally. I've interacted with a lot of international clients too. And this is an issue that everyone goes through. हम दूसरों के लिए जीते हैं. कभी देखा ही नहीं, पूछा ही नहीं खुद से मुझे क्या पसंद है. आपको मालूम है आपकी फेवरेट सब्जी कौन सी है? डू यू नो दैट? आई मीन आई नो मेरे हस्बैंड को क्या पसंद है, मेरे बच्चों को क्या पसंद है, मेरे भाई को, बहन को, माँ को, फादर को, बट मैं तो कुछ भी खा लूंगी. एंड दैट्स द वे वी हैव ऑल लिव्ड. So self-love and self-worth is getting in touch with that inner being, that child within you who is craving to be acknowledged, who's craving to be seen, felt, loved. And that's what self-love is all about. अपने
Wow.
आप को ढूंढो. And it's not selfish.
Yeah.
It's just self-love.
Yeah, I do get that, but of course we have to see what um like setting up priorities. Of course we have to see what others also doesn't mean so doesn't mean that if others like this, I should not go by this because I like this, right? So there is a boundary there you set in, right?
Absolutely. So it is all about boundaries. We are not saying we deny everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
बट जो हम पिरामिड बनाते हैं ना, अपने रिश्तों का पिरामिड जब हम बनाते हैं, सो जो टॉप पे है ना इज माय रिलेशनशिप विद माय सेल्फ.
Okay.
That is the topmost position.
Yeah.
That is my priority. That does not mean I break my relationship with others around me.
Or you don't consider others' choices or
Doesn't,
likes.
not at all, not at all. We become more inclusive because अभी तक क्या होता आया है, हम दूसरों को देख के जी रहे हैं,
Yeah.
हमें खुशी मिल रही है कि नहीं, irrelevant हो जाता है. हम तो दूसरों की खुशी में अपनी खुशी ढूंढ लेते हैं.
Hmm.
But the moment we start aligning with our happiness, mostly eventually होता वही है जो पहले भी हो रहा था, same. सिर्फ डिफरेंस ये होता है, we start doing things by choice. So, Access has this amazing tool, I choose. They say, don't let life just happen to you. Start choosing every option in your life. And the moment you replace the word from I want, I need to I choose, there is a beautiful shift in energy. I choose to do things the way my husband wants to. Okay, I need to do it. So much difference.
So you mean to say the words are very important when we say, and when we say the universe, we get aligned with the universe frequency in that way.
Absolutely. So, words are the energy, words are the magic, and it's not just the universal frequency, Arpita. The moment we say a word, every molecule within us also starts vibrating at that frequency. The moment I say I choose, every molecule starts choosing the change that I'm choosing to create.
So wow, that is self-love.
That is definitely self love, and that is inclusivity. Self love along with everyone else.
So tell me the examples, like how you use the right kind of words.
How we use the right kinds of words. So there is a tool called interesting point of view. So the moment somebody, like I have a lot of these conversations with my clients where the other person, like recently I had a client who was completely invested in making his parents happy. But the
Okay.
parents were choosing to be not happy with him. They were constantly complaining about him being the way he is. So he would go back and feel miserable about himself. My parents don't find me good enough, so I am not good enough. And all the frustration and anger was coming out on his wife.
Okay.
As we started asking questions, as we started unfolding this pain within him from childhood, that I am good enough only if my parents say so. The day my parents pat my back and say, you've done good, that would identify me as being good. But the parents are not choosing to say it. So, what if you start saying, I choose myself? I choose to love myself just the way I am, with all my negatives, all my strengths, all my weaknesses. I choose to love and embrace myself.
So beautiful. Very nice. Tell me also, Preeti ji, how this validation, when you talked about the parents, that a child needs validation. I think that's a very general idea or concept that, in every household, a child would require. As a child, as we grow, we always seek validation first thing from our parents, that our parents should feel proud for us, of us, what we are doing, our achievements, and should acknowledge appreciation is all that we need from our parents. So what is wrong in just having that kind of what you say belief?
So, Arpita, what happens is the way we all have been brought up, and the way we brought up, like the way I
Yeah.
brought up my children, I was constantly rewarding them for whatever they did. छोटा छोटा कुछ करते थे,
Yeah, that's
and इतना appreciation, एक स्टार चिपका दिया जाता था उनके कपड़ों पे. So it was, life was only about rewards and achievements. So what happens is the child learns that I am good enough only if I'm rewarded.
yeah.
And the reward comes from either the teacher or the parent or the society. But the child also learns I'm not good till the time I'm not rewarded. And that's the pain point. Because we as parents, it's great if we can be that safe space for a child. तुम अच्छे हो, हर तरह से तुम अच्छे हो. Embrace yourself, accept yourself with all your flaws, all your weaknesses. आपको किसी को प्रूव नहीं करना, ट्रॉफी के पीछे नहीं भागना. It's the journey. Life is a great, beautiful journey. Do not be invested in the outcome of that reward and the trophy. Enjoy the journey.
So what message would you give to parents who are doing such parenting that, if you do this, I'll give you a chocolate, or I'll nowadays I'll give you a cell phone so you get good marks. So it's like bribing them and bribing their emotions.
Yeah.
What message would you give to, parenting in modern world?
So parents, I would say just be that safe space around your child. Chocolate dena hai to let's go and party together. Do not wait for an opportunity. Do not wait for an event. Party करना normally करिए. Failure हुआ है तो भी जाके party करिए. Do not identify the failure and the victories based on marks or based on admissions, based on achievements, based on rewards. Just go party, spend that time with your child, and let the child know that I have your back. I am with you. I'm standing with you, by you. Let the child come back to you anytime he falls, also, not just to get that star from you.
Yeah, that's true. That's very well said. So, what, according to you now, how do you think that if people are missing that kind of self love? Because from childhood, if the child is molded into that, yeah, self validation, yeah, to self worthiness, tabhi milegi, I would feel worthy enough if, somebody else outside of me, of course, or the external environment, somebody tells me or somebody pats me that yes, you have done good job, you're very good in this. So what would you tell that when a person who is caught in this or trapped in this kind of belief system that self validation comes from outside, how can you help such person?
So, a great way to help such a person is get their bars run. Getting the bars run, the person steps out of the trauma and the drama.
True.
Because the moment when we are in the trauma drama, we are running from the fight and a flight. We are not in the present. We are not accessing the consciousness. We shrink ourselves. We start running from thoughts, feelings, emotions. And thoughts, feelings, emotions is a trap. क्योंकि आप जितना ज्यादा थॉट फीलिंग्स इमोशंस में फंसते जाते हो, इट्स अ पिट. You stop creating something beautiful out of your life.
Yeah.
So getting the bars run, the person steps out of trauma drama, and then using access tools like what else is possible now? How does this get any better than this? And everything starts shifting. Or simply just using access mantra, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. It's enough for a person to pause.
Can you repeat this mantra?
Sure, let's say it together.
Okay.
All of life
All of life
comes to me
comes to me
with ease,
with ease,
joy,
joy,
and glory.
and glory. I think this is
All
a
of life.
wonderful, what do you say, statement, phrase?
We
What do you
call it a
say?
mantra.
Mantra.
We call it
So
access mantra.
So let's call this access mantra. I think this access mantra can be very helpful for the listeners, for the audience as well.
It is, and they can just say it 10 times in the morning, 10 times afternoon, 10 times night, or just take the jap mala and do the jap of this, whatever works for you.
So what changes with this then?
Because the words have energy. The moment you say all of life comes to me with ease, ease is such a great energy. You are at ease with everything that's going on in your life. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody. You are comfortable. Joy is this happiness, this joy that you find in small things in life. आपको कुछ बड़ा ढूंढने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. छोटी छोटी चीजों में खुशियां मिलने लगती हैं. And glory is the reward that you give to yourself.
Okay, so nice, so very beautifully said. Can you give us some more mantras like that, for different situations in life? For example, as I told, person who is not feeling self-worthiness within himself or herself, know that I'm not so good enough. So what would you tell the mantra for that?
I choose myself. I choose to love myself just the way I am.
Wow, beautiful. That's so simple.
Absolutely. These are the words sitting in our vocabulary daily basis. We just need to rephrase them. Normally, we get
Hmm.
stuck in the energy of I need,
Hmm.
I need to do this. I don't have a choice. People love to say, मुझे ये काम करना ही पड़ेगा. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But the moment we realize there is a choice available in every situation, just choose differently. Just say what else is possible now.
Hmm.
And you start choosing differently.
So प्रीति जी, एक्सेस बार्स, ये अगर कोई रिलेशनशिप है जो या तो टूट रहा है, ब्रोकन रिलेशनशिप से, या तो किसी को हार्ट फेल्ट वो हो रहा है, ट्रॉमा इन रिलेशनशिप्स, so how do you treat that, or how do access bars contribute to this?
So, Arpita, as we have already spoken, access is all about asking questions. So, ek to relationship is more about co-creationship. It's
Yeah.
two people get together and they create this life together. The onus is not on just one person to make that relationship work. It has to be done together. And expectation is one very big energy which destroys relationships, be it a parent and a child relationship or a husband and a wife और बड़ा छोटा कुछ भी. हर रिश्ते में एक्सपेक्टेशन की जब हम एनर्जी से चलते हैं तो acceptance is a greater space. Accept people where they are, meet them midway, and make changes within yourself if you find yourself expecting a lot. कई बार ये होता है सामने वाला केपेबल ही नहीं है उस इमोशन के जो आप उनसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो. Everyone has a different love language. I mean, a wife is expecting कि मेरा पति आए तो मेरे लिए रोज लेके आए. पति के लिए वो इतना बड़ा वेस्ट ऑफ मनी है, वो सोचेगा भी नहीं लेके आने की.
That's true.
So yeah, that is called allowance. So we have these 5 elements of intimacy in access consciousness: honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. These are the 5 elements of intimacy. सबसे पहला कदम है, have these 5 elements of intimacy with yourself. If your relationship is sorted with yourself, nobody in this world, on this earth, has the power to give you that trauma and the grief.
Wow.
Because the moment things stop working out, you would know where to make changes and what kind of questions to ask and how to be that contributive space to each other where there are these 5 elements of intimacy.
So everything I understand, in access bars they talk about yourself, like everything whatever you are expecting from others, first understand and go inwards and ask whether you're doing that to yourself, you're giving that to yourself. Only then I think you receive it automatically, right? Because there's a vibration that you give to yourself and you send it out and then you get that.
Absolutely, you got it right, Arpita. Because every vibration you're sending out,
Yeah.
it's not just to your partner, it's to the universe. That frequency is radiating out of you. So if there is that pain inside, I'm not good enough, everyone is hearing that, she is knowing that she's not good enough, let's go, मतलब सारे मिलके ना, they all just go and make you feel so cornered and they will make you so victimized that makes you feel more of I'm not good enough. But the moment you are empowered and you are in that safe space within yourself, believe me, every conversation coming back to you changes.
Wow.
The energy shifts like this.
Yeah.
The same person starts talking differently.
Wow.
Because our points of view,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you,
No,
because
no,
our
that's
points
okay.
of views create our reality. So whatever is my point of view about myself would show up in everything around me that's coming to me.
I'm having so many questions.
Please.
So first, you just said before this, the intimacy, the 5 points. I think let's make that clear. What are those 5 points you talked about? Let us just give a brief idea on those 5 points. So I think people who are listening to this also know they'll start working on themselves.
Yeah.
So,
So,
what are
you
these
know, if
points?
anybody has more curiosity about these, they can visit Access Consciousness website. And on the shop, they have this program, the call sitting, where this is talked about in great detail. Even on YouTube, we have lots of videos available. I'll just talk in very short
Yeah.
here. So, honor is one element. You have to honor yourself. जैसे हमने बात करी, दूसरों की खुशी पे ध्यान दो, घर में कितना कलेश है और आप अपने आप को देख रहे हो, that's not being selfish. घर में कलेश है because they're choosing to be like that. I'm not choosing to participate in that drama, so that's okay. I choose to step out. That's honoring your happiness, honoring yourself. You know, same can be applied at workplace. My manager is toxic. You know, a toxic manager is not toxic to everybody. Why? वो बंदा खराब है तो सबके लिए तो खराब है, पर एक बंदे के साथ उसका बिहेवियर बहुत अच्छा होता है. Not because that other person is sucking up to him. This other person's energy is different. He's not checking into that trauma, drama, that toxicity.
Yeah.
So he's honoring himself. I choose myself. That's one very big energy. Gratitude is the energy. Gratitude amplifies everything.
That's true.
And it changes the energy completely 360 degrees. आप कुछ कन्विंस्ड हो आपकी सही नहीं हो रहा, फिर भी आप सिर्फ ग्रैटिट्यूड करना शुरू कर दो. By the end of the day, you would see things changing so dramatically. Allowance is another element. Allow yourself and allow the other person to be. अगर वो दुखी है तो होने दो. Just because I'm a healer does not mean कि मैं दुखी नहीं हो सकती, या मैं गुस्सा नहीं हो सकती, या मैं डिप्रेस नहीं हो सकती. It's okay. Allow yourself to be that space. वो बात अलग है कि मैं डिप्रेशन में होंगी तो मैं 10 दिन नहीं बैठूंगी, मैं 10 मिनट में अपने आप को उससे बाहर निकाल लूंगी. But be in allowance to wherever you are. Embrace. That's what embracing is. हमारी कोशिश हर वक्त ना चेंज करने की रहती है. दुखी है तो चेंज करो उसको, हैप्पी हो बिकॉज हैप्पी इज राइट, दुखी इज रॉन्ग. सो वी लव टू बी इन द पोलैरिटी ऑफ राइट एंड रॉन्ग, गुड एंड बैड. The moment we drop the polarities, because polarity is a limitation and a judgment, we drop the polarities, we embrace ourselves. That's allowance. So Arpita, I'll just talk about the clearing statement here. Access has this magic wand.
Okay.
The clearing statement is a magic wand. वो क्या काम करता है, वो कहाँ काम करता है, कुछ नहीं पता, पर काम करता है.
Wow.
So it's a set of words. So anybody if would like to explore more, it's available on YouTube and on Google by the name of clearingstatement.com. Uska video hai, pura details hai, they can study it. So it's a set of words: right and wrong, good and bad, pod, POD, point of destruction, POC, point of creation, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, POC, all 100. Shorts, boys, poads, bases, creations, and beyonds.
Oh God, what is this? Is something.
It's a tongue twister.
It's a tongue twister, and I think we need to understand what is the meaning of it.
In Access, we do not understand. Because the moment we try to understand anything, we have to stand under it. The moment we stand under something, हम उसको बड़ा बना देते हैं, अपने आप को छोटा बना देते हैं. So we don't understand anything. We just let the energy work.
So it's like surrendering to whatever you're saying.
Just
so
you call it surrender, you call it allowance, you call it being, anything. But let the magic work. Because magic कब नहीं work करता, जब आप उसको questions लगाना शुरू कर देते हो. Questions is नहीं, actually expectations, judgments, limitations हो जाती हैं. जब आप उस मैजिक के साथ में जजमेंट्स और एक्सपेक्टेशंस लगाना शुरू कर देते हो, मैजिक स्टॉप शोइंग अप.
So when do you use this actually? What you said?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. The moment you catch yourself becoming heavy.
Yeah. Oh.
Use this. Or you may use how does it get any better than this? But the moment you start feeling heavy, that means you have checked out of consciousness. Because consciousness is the space of being light, feathery light. Fly, where you can fly and be magic and miracle.
Okay, so we can use this when we are feeling a bit, as you said, heavy. Does it mean sad, feeling sad for something,
Sad,
or
constricted,
yeah,
uncomfortable,
uncomfortable?
anxious, anything which is not a space of ease and joy is
Okay.
heavy.
Okay. I think we will put this in the description also for all of them.
We can share the
So,
link also there so they may
yes.
go back to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, very nicely said.
So we were at now it's vulnerability. So being vulnerable is that space where you know you're not being judged.
Yeah.
जैसे जब छोटा बच्चा होता है ना अपनी माँ के सामने सबसे ज्यादा वल्नरेबल होता है, उसको रोते हुए भी ये नहीं लग रहा मेरी माँ मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगी, हंस रहा है पागलों की तरह हंस रहा है तो भी ठीक है, रोलिंग ऑन द फ्लोर विद लाफ्टर वो भी ठीक है. So that's your space of vulnerability where you are not judging yourself and you don't have the fear of anybody else judging you.
So nice.
And trust is that complete trust.
Complete trust in what?
In yourself, in the other person, in the energy, in everything. Just trust. Again, उसको हम spirituality में surrender कह देते हैं. So complete trust.
So these are the 5 elements.
5 elements of intimacy.
Yeah.
And first step is अपने साथ. Because access is all about self-empowerment. And believe me, self-empowerment is not selfish. Self-love, self-worth is not selfish because that's a space where everybody else is welcome, is not being judged. So access gets us to that space where everything is included and nothing is judged.
Beautiful. So nice. So let's talk about now money issues. So how does
wonderful topic, my favorite.
Because abundance in money, in finance, this is one thing I think which is of course a survival thing. So everybody gets in a point of time it comes like point of life, you have this kind of ups and downs, you have those phases, especially the down phases where people really feel so sad as if they would have lost might be all their resources, all their money they would have built up, and they would be really very down that time. How does access contribute to those situations?
So Arpita, we say this, money is not the problem, you are. मनी तो अबंडेंस में है, यूनिवर्स में अबंडेंस की कोई कमी ही नहीं है. आई मीन यू लुक अराउंड, देयर इज सो मच अबंडेंस. इतने पेड़, इतने पौधे, इतना पानी, इतना अबंडेंस है, कहाँ लैक है? यूनिवर्स के पास लैक नहीं है. लैक कहाँ है? दिमाग में. Because somewhere down the line we have learned that there is not enough. होड कर लो, है नहीं, बचा के रखो, खत्म हो जाएगा. I see a lot of people saying this, सेव करो, बुढ़ापे में काम में आएगा, बीमारी आएगी तब कहाँ से करेंगे, किसी से मांगना पड़ेगा, सेव करो. So you're actually giving a written invitation to that बीमारी, आइए, हमने आपके लिए पैसा बचा के रखा है, हमें खर्च करना है, come, give me hospitalization. So, we use a lot of this kind of energy because we are manifestors. We are magical, miraculous manifestors. Every point of view creates our reality. So, if you believe in you don't have enough, tathastu, you will not have enough.
But how do you face a situation, when you actually don't have that? So then what do you do in that situation?
So you ask questions around it. What is it? Basically problem क्या होता है, हमारा receiving जो है ना वो blocked होता है. बचपन से क्या सुना है, बचपन से क्या मतलब चारों तरफ everywhere क्या सुना है, हाथ कभी ऐसे ना करना पड़े, फैलाना ना पड़े, हाथ ऐसे रहना चाहिए। एटलीस्ट मैंने तो ये सुना है कि हमेशा दे के चलो, लेना ना पड़े। रिसीव करने के लिए तो हाथ फैलाने ही पड़ेंगे। वेयर इज इट रॉन्ग? So everywhere we have made the receiving wrong. Would you like to destroy it, please?
No.
You don't want to destroy wherever you've made receiving wrong?
No.
You want to make it wrong?
No, I don't want to be wrong. I mean,
Exactly. So everywhere you have decided that receiving is wrong. Mane, it makes you small. आपके पास
हाँ.
है नहीं, आप मांग रहे हो. So that's the receiving I'm talking about. Everywhere you have made it wrong. Would you like to destroy and uncreate that?
I got it.
So yes or no?
Yes.
Let's change it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and puck, all 100 shots, boys, forwards, bases, creations, and beyonds. This magical clearing statement shifts the limitations, destroys the limitations that are creating our reality. So this lack, anywhere I have decided enough नहीं है, खत्म हो जाएगा. हम कहाँ डाउट लगा रहे हैं? अपनी पावर पे. जब मैंने पास्ट में कमाया तो मैं आज भी कमा सकती हूँ, मैं कल भी कमा सकती हूँ. कहाँ खत्म हो जाएगा? Is that point of view yours or somebody else's? Mostly it's not ours. Mostly we have either picked it up from our grandparents, our parents, our friends, family, whosoever. So any point of view which is not yours, say with me, who does it belong to?
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 Return it all back to the senders with consciousness attached.
Wow, so nice.
Bottom pocket.
I think there's a very nice way, of when you're caught up in all these kind of issues, whether it be relationship, whether it be just self-love, whether it be money. I think Access works wonderfully and very easily because it's the way I'm hearing from you. It's such a wonderful way of healing all these issues of yours.
Access is all about ease. Bas ease. I'm receiving, universe, bhejte jao.
So it's all about the beliefs, right?
It's breaking the beliefs.
Yeah, it's all about the beliefs that you carry and you break it through your access bus.
Absolutely. Breaking, because every belief is a limitation. Basically क्या होता है, तोते को देखा आपने जो पिंजरे में होता है, वो पिंजरे से जब बाहर भी निकाल देते हैं वो उड़ के नहीं जाता, क्योंकि वो क्या सोच रहा है, वो पिंजरा है. That's what these beliefs are doing to us. They keep us caged in that space which is not even real. सब दिमाग में है. Every limitation, judgment, point of view, belief is a limitation. And the moment we step out of these limitations, we create the magic.
Wow. I would really be interested to know any of your case studies that you have taken where really this has worked miraculously.
Okay, so one very big case study I can talk about is myself. Because in my life, I have created a lot of magic in my relations, in my money reality, in receiving from the universe, from everywhere. Earlier क्या होता था, हम एक अपने उसमें फिक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में चल रहे हैं, मुझे यहीं से पैसा कमाना है. आई विल जस्ट टॉक अबाउट द मनी बिट, कि ओके मेरा प्रोफेशन ये है. जैसे लेट्स से मेरा प्रोफेशन हीलिंग है, तो मुझे हीलिंग से महीने का इतना चाहिए रेवेन्यू. सो दैट वाज माय फिक्स्ड पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. The moment I stepped into Access and I broke that limitation, I said, I'm open to receiving what all would contribute to giving me my ease with money. And would you believe it? So I just refreshed my jewelry business. I started doing jewelry all over again. And so many more other things started showing up in my life.
Yeah.
क्योंकि एक one pointed idea से चल रहे थे, यहीं से पैसा आना चाहिए. वो कह रहा है मैं तो देने को बैठा हूँ, तुम ले ही नहीं रहे हो.
It's like itna hi aana chahiye, and you feel this is a very big amount.
Yeah.
So I'll fix this amount and I'll make this as an affirmation. So this I had received once in my Akashik also. Why are you saying this amount? You know, this was a question my masters asked me. Why are you saying this amount? Don't say like this. And they changed my statement, and I understood. Oh wow, I'm saying not the right one. Okay, so I understood that. So I think for example, if you're believing that, okay, this is something a little bit beyond my capacity, 5 lakhs, if I can earn once in a month, let me fix that target and say that as an affirmation that God or to the universe, I'm earning 5 lakhs every month
और
consistently
साथ
or
में
more,
और लगा
or
देते
more,
हैं.
or more. But the universe is telling 5 lakhs. You're asking only for 5 lakhs. I want to give you more. I mean, much more. So don't fix this as a boundary there. Yeah.
क्योंकि हमने अपनी कैपेबिलिटी को
Yeah.
एक लिमिटेशन, एक ग्लास सीलिंग, सो इन एक्सेस वी कॉल इट अ ग्लास सीलिंग. पर सीलिंग तो है ना वो.
हाँ.
और मोर लगा के हमने ट्रांसपेरेंट कर दिया.
हाँ, बस और मोर मतलब वी डोंट इवन एक्सपेक्ट इन आवर माइंड और मोर मतलब वो 15-20 नहीं हो सकता है.
वो पॉसिबिलिटी ही नहीं है.
वो पॉसिबिलिटी उधर तक दिमाग ही नहीं जाता. बिलीव डजंट एक्सेप्ट दैट.
सो एक्सेस सेज गॉड जिलियन टाइम्स. मिलियन भी नहीं कहता वो, गॉड जिलियन टाइम्स. तो कहते मांगो तो गॉड जिलियन मांगो यार, जिसका कोई नंबर ही नहीं है. किसी को नहीं पता गॉड जिलियन में कितने जीरो आते हैं. ऐसे मांगो यार, मांगना है तो. सो जस्ट open your receiving, and there is no dearth in the universe. There is no dearth. Everything is here. Every point of view sitting in our mind is our limitation.
Wow. And you were talking about yourself. Let's continue that.
So yeah, I have created lots of things in my life thanks to access consciousness. My relations, I've reconnected with a lot of old friends. Things are changing because more I'm asking for ease and joy. And there's one very amazing statement. आप affirmation कहना चाहते हो, आप affirmation कह लो. We don't like to use the word affirmation because affirmation जिस तरह से use हो रहा ना, वो people are just sitting and chanting it throughout the day.
Yeah.
But chanting doesn't make things happen. It's clearing the doubts behind it and believing in what you're saying is what makes things happen. तो आप एक बार ही बोलो या सिर्फ सोच लो, एक बार भी मत बोलो, it would still work. So we have the statement, the universe, show me some miracles today. I say it, and sometimes I don't say it, but I'm open to receiving the magic of a miracle. And then you see miracles in every little thing that's happening around you. And life becomes so beautiful.
Wow.
So much ease and so much happiness is there. So because, again, as Access says, joy और happiness के पीछे भागो, बाकी सब कुछ तुम्हारे पीछे भागेगा. You just choose joy and happiness, like ease, joy and happiness. Everything else will follow you.
And that comes from
believing in it, choosing it. आप मुंह से तो बोल रहे हो I choose ease, joy and glory, पर दिल में वो self victimization से बड़ा मजा आता है. मैं बेचारी, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मैं इतनी मेहनत करती हूँ, मैं दिन भर इतनी मेहनत करती हूँ, पर मेरे पास ना उतना रिटर्न नहीं आता. So what is this? Self victimization. That means what are you choosing? Self victimization. क्योंकि मजा तो उसी में आ रहा है ना, मैं बेचारी में बहुत मजा आता है.
Yeah, people love that pain, no?
Oh, बड़ा मजा आता है.
And they're so comfortable. Actually, they don't realize, not consciously might be, but actually they don't realize that they love their pain so much that they're not able to let go it. They're so comfortable.
They love being, वो उनका ना comfort zone मान
Comfort
जाता है.
zone
Trauma,
है.
drama.
And that's that victim, that I'm a victim. ये तो मेरा ये बहुत दुख है. ये तो मेरी life में ये हुआ. They keep on playing that record and they love playing that record because that gives them
attention.
See, yeah, I'm a victim. See, they keep on telling others. So I get that also. Yeah, because.
And universe is hearing. You say, I love being a victim. Okay, tathastu.
Yeah. And then you get such situations more.
Absolutely. And then you end up saying, oh, manifestations don't work. Oh, affirmations don't work. Oh, access bars doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
we can't do anything much about it then. But the moment you say, I choose to be happy, it's like I tell my clients to take a printout of I choose to be happy. And all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Printout nikalo, frame karo, kahin aisi jagah lagao where everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Because subconsciously you are constantly connecting with that energy.
Yeah.
It will definitely start creating new neurons, neuronal pathways of ease, joy, and glory in your world. It's
Hmm.
all about the mind. Because mind is the greatest healer of the body,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
तो आपके अगर शरीर में एलिमेंट्स हैं, इसका मतलब दिमाग सही से काम नहीं कर रहा. सही से क्यों काम नहीं कर रहा? क्योंकि वो तो बेचारा बहुत बिजी है. ड्रामा क्रिएट करने में कितना बिजी है वो. उसके पास स्पेस ही नहीं है कि वो आपकी बॉडी की एनर्जी को ऑप्टिमली हीलिंग के लिए यूज कर ले. That is where all the diseases start showing up. Interestingly, the shape of our cells is round. Circle होते हैं shape. The more judgment we feed ourselves, which is 24/7, मतलब अगर और ज़्यादा घंटे होते तो और ज़्यादा. We love to judge ourselves and we love to judge others. Every judgment is a glue. वो हमारे cells को ना चिपका देती है. Otherwise cells have lot of space in between. बहुत space होती है जिसके through energy flow करती है. But when these cells start sticking together with the glue of judgment, the cells start becoming elliptical. Shape change हो जाता है cells का. और बीच की जो energy flow की space है, वो glue, judgment की glue से भर जाती है. Slowly by slowly, people start complaining of aches and pains, gastric issues. बहुत कुछ शुरू हो जाता है. Respiratory issues. End of the story is beginning of the story. दिमाग को खाली करो. Judgments को
Declutter.
release. Declutter. Absolutely declutter. And do whatever works for you, whatever system works for you, whatever calls out to you. आपको हीलिंग्स लेनी है, हीलिंग्स लीजिए. आपको सेशंस, थेरेपी जाना है, जो करना है करिए, पर करिए. इट्स नॉट रॉन्ग. Self worth, self love, looking at yourself, taking care of yourself is not wrong. Please get up and take help from anyone you can reach out to. It's so important.
Priti ji, tell me also, for example, if somebody faces any criticism, there are people always out there who puts you down, and we feel a lot of rejection there. So how do you handle that? How can anyone handle that criticism?
So, Arpita, thank you so much for asking that question. It's taken me a long time to reach to this point where I'm able to handle criticism in a much better way. So, I have learned never to react when you are not in the space. Give yourself time, relax. Not every statement requires an answer. अगर कोई criticize कर रहा है, आप उस वक्त normal में हम अपने आप को defend करने में लग जाते हैं. So if you can just smile and let it sink in, process, breathe, and ask universe, what would contribute here? And then if you get a calling to reply, please do. Otherwise, just let it be. Not mostly जो criticize कर रहा है, वो एक ego energy से function कर रहा है. वो ये कहना चाह रहा है, मैं ज़्यादा superior हूँ, आप नीचे हो. So would an infinite being require to actually prove कि नहीं जी मैं महान हूँ? Or you're so comfortable in your space, it really doesn't matter what that person thinks about you. It's okay. Each one is entitled to have their own opinion. That's fine. And it's great to not be vested in the outcome. अगर आपने कोई conversation में आप हैं, don't be vested in the outcome कि eventually this will prove out me to be so much more intelligent, so much wiser, so much greater. Just be the energy, be the space. Because when you are not vested in the outcome, you're able to invite so much more energy from around you.
Wow, this is a wonderful point, and this, it clicks me also with this, that we sometimes as healers also know, we feel that इतने social media पे followers होने चाहिए to show that validation that see I'm such a big healer. Or for example, ये अभी show है तो of course I will ask for that, like, share, subscribe वाला. But that doesn't mean that I should attach myself with that outcome, because if I attach myself with the outcome, then I'm just again trying to have a validation of whatever I am from somewhere outside of me. And that doesn't allow me to grow.
Absolutely. And it just shrinks you so much. You start doubting your own capabilities and
Yeah.
your own capacities.
Wow.
So it's great. It's great to be seen on social media because that's the way it's functioning these days. That's fine. But having 1 million followers does not mean, I mean, what does it mean to you is the point.
Yeah.
If it means that, wow, I am so great because मेरे उससे ज़्यादा followers हैं या सबसे ज़्यादा followers हैं, that means I'm the best. That's where you need to check. Am I functioning from this external validation, or I am good enough? Does not matter एक भी follower है कि नहीं है, and have that trust in the universe कि अपने आप आ जाएंगे. So
So true.
just be in that ease with yourself.
Very nice. Really, it was a lovely talk with you. Tell me one important last. I know you have given so many tools, access tools, so many statements we made. What is one last thing which would summarize everything?
I would love to share this with all the viewers. Embrace yourself, love yourself. Just know that you are the magic and you are the creator of your life. Does not matter what anybody else thinks of you, because you are it. You are the magic.
Wow, so good, so good. And now I want to ask rapid fire. So this is rapid fire, means really rapid fire. But the questions, some questions you can answer very humorously so that I can end this show with a very lighter note. So are you ready?
Yes, I think so.
You think so? No? Okay. So what is your biggest self-doubt? I'm giving you options. Am I good enough? uh, am I doing enough? Am I eating enough ice cream?
I wish I could say, am I eating enough ice cream? But no, am I good enough resonates with me so much.
Okay.
I'm a doubt queen.
But you know how to resolve it.
Yes, learning.
Yeah. What's your favorite self care ritual?
Oh, I love to take a salt bath every day in the morning.
Wow.
That's my favorite go to routine.
Good. Self worthiness, wisdom that you would love to give yourself.
I'm enough just the way I am.
Beautiful. How do you comfort yourself when you're down?
Oh, I go to eat my bhujia and bread.
That's so sweet.
I love eating bhujia and bread.
So that's very interesting. What's go to mood booster?
I love my cup of masala chai.
Wow, that's good. And how do you challenge yourself to grow?
I don't need to do that. Universe keeps me on my toes all the time.
So he gives you that challenges and opportunities also to grow.
Some client or the other would show up who would really test my capabilities and my skills. So universe has that task. Universe has
Yeah.
my back.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And it's really lovely talking to you, Priti. And I, like, I get that feel of that energy, that positive energy from you. And you're a wonderful energy healer. Really, believe me, you sitting in front of me and talking, the way your energy vibrates in this room, I think everybody's feeling the same over here. Thank you so much for all the insights that you've given us. Thank you for being a part on my show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arpita. It was a great pleasure sitting over here and sharing all my little tidbits about life and access consciousness. Thank you so much.
So we end this wonderful episode with Priti Jain. And do like, share, and subscribe if you have liked this episode. And do continue to shower your love, your comments, and also insights on what topic would you like to have. Thank you so much, audience, to be with us. And thank you for being with me in this journey. Thank you so much.